What's up, Team Starlight? Welcome back to another episode of Return of the Different Deck. This is a soft sequel to my previous one on accumulated aliens. This is a lot different, though, obviously, because it's volcanic aliens now. The reasoning behind volcanic is actually a lot of really cool synergies that, obviously I'll explain right now. Right off the bat, the card that I really think is slept on in aliens is crop circles. Crop circles is one of the few ways to effectively get your level 4 aliens out of the deck and sometimes even dodge bottomless and stuff with it, using crop circles as kind of like a swallow's nest to deal with Caius's, bottomlesses, deep prisons, etc. So like it has really cool applications, but what it needs is solid level 4 monsters to send. And for the most part, like Stratos and Prisma are both great options because they set up your Sangan for limit reverse combos. But I was thinking about another level 4 that we could send. What came to my mind was Volcanic Rocket. Volcanic Rocket can also add a continuous spell that you can bounce with Golgar. So there's that synergy there. And then the third synergy is that now you can run Volcanic Shell, which allows for you to obviously run discard cards and also run Blaze Accelerator effectively. But more importantly, it's a level 1 monster. Sometimes you have the Alien Shock Trooper, but you don't have the Ammonite. There are a bunch of situations that I've had where you send Volcanic Shell with crop circles to get Ammonite. And so that is the overall main synergy of this entire deck. We're still rocking a ton of continuous traps of Call the Haunted, Triple Phoenix Chain, Triple Limb Reverse, and Triple Imperial Wall. We kind of realized, like with this particular build, you don't need to worry about anything except bottomless trap hole, like from stopping most of your plays. Like, and obviously like Regege breaks and stuff are a thing, but against frogs you're usually in a safer position to like just win with the floodgates alone. If you have Imperial up, frogs can have a rough time. But yeah, that's essentially the core idea. It allows for you to run significantly less aliens. You're only running 3 now instead of running like 4 or 5 or 6. It also gives you double utility for Foolish Burial, because before we are kind of using it to minus and just send Shock Trooper, but sometimes we can just use it to add Volcanic Shell, which is really nice. Future Vision also still useful here to send Card Trooper or Alien Shock Trooper with your hero package that you have. So tons of synergies here, and I really think this is a solid evolution in the right direction, and I want to encourage more Alien fans to maybe give this type of iteration a chance. And I have some really cool replays to show you. So you excited to see it in action?
Yes, I do have one question.
Lay it on me.
Did you ever consider 2 Blaze accelerators? Because I know that that was a barcode thing. And in theory, even if you had one already, you could just add another one and activate it, and it's like yet another bounce for Golgar, or you could just pitch it off the discard trap. So did you try that or think about it?
I've not really even thought about it. I think for Barcode's build, because I played a lot of Volcanics. I love Volcanics, and I'm an advocate for the double Blaze Accelerator in the more standard Volcanic builds of like just running Thunder Dragons and stuff. In those builds, you have enough discard fodder, so Blaze Accelerator is a lot more useful because you can pitch it a lot of the time. But in this build, you notice we're only on 2 real discard cards because we're not trying to actually pitch too often. It's nice to have it in a pinch, like using this to pitch Blaze or any of the shells, or sometimes even send your Shock Trooper, setting up your Ammonite for a follow-up. These are all things that end up happening, but you don't have that much resources to pitch with Phoenix with any discard cards in general. So that's why I don't think we need 2, because we're not really discarding like as effectively. So these just become super mega bricks.
Oh, I just thought
Pretty
of one good reason as well, which is that another reason he decided you need 2 is that if it gets like banished with like a Caius or something, you can't add it
Yeah,
back or
it's
add
never
another
getting
one.
banned.
But
We're not letting that get banished,
exactly,
bro.
well, it's never getting banished, and also you can just bounce it to your hand with Golgar and like
Yeah.
keep it in your hand, so it's safe from being banished. So that's a cool thing.
Yeah, I think just the idea of a searchable continuous spell or trap is like super ideal. There's not many monsters that can do that. I think Rocket's the only one, and maybe you could consider what's his face, the Crystal Beast guy, but that's like kind of bad. This at least has some overall useful utility, and it's a nice +1. So we have 4 really solid openers of Rockets and Stratos, so that feels pretty nice. It also makes Card Trooper even better when you hit a shell, which I think comes up enough. So let's stop rambling. The side deck is all the same. Mask Restrict is broken. We're on the Sandwich combo. We're on the triple Golgari because you got to see you get through all of them. So let's do it. Our first duel is against Toad Awesome. At this point, was like 1100, pretty high rated. I think it was like top 10 or top like 20 at this point, which is insane. At that point, like this was like early in the season, but damn, that's crazy. So let's do it.
Toad
So
Awesome seems like a frog player.
So we got this Blaze Accelerator immediate opening. We have the Foolish too, and I think I do decide to... Oh, I decided to go for the Sengen. So this is actually another application for Foolish. It does set up your other cards. And I think we do that because Sengen turns on the rest of our deck. It gets us Shells, it gets us Ammonites, it gets us whatever we need. Card Trooper, whatever, right? And I just go for it. I go for Limit Reverse in his end phase. He just like doesn't set some pass. Like doesn't even do anything. So now I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna swing. Pretty much, I kind of knew there would be a Gores there, but I'm not like too worried. Oh, I can't do that. Did I just try to do that? Well, yeah, okay, cool. I did. I was like, I can't change it after attacking, which is fine. It doesn't matter. This is eventually going to go to grave, hopefully, unless he has a Caius of some sorts. He sets a card and sets 2, 3, so much back row. Oh my god. So now I do the thing where I'm setting Sengen, where I'm putting in defensive Limit Reverse, destroy Sengen, and then he's thinking, is there a way to negate that? Divine Wrath is a card, I guess. Like, so now I just activate Blaze Accelerator. I attempt
Oh my
to...
god, this is so good.
He goes for Icarus attack, targeting the Blaze in one of my other sets. I have a Starlight Road, which feels pretty good. He goes for the Solemn. That hurts. But you see what the card I have in my hand?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
And
now I can just...
pop the Gorses. Yeah.
So right here, you're just seeing Volcanics in action here. And I'm popping both because I can't really deal with 900 body. And yeah, like I feel like, and I don't set, this is where I choose not to set it again because he already used, I used my Starlight Road. And I don't want to get blown up by heavy because I still would get blown out. At least in this case, I can chain the call to the Sengen. And I'll keep this Phoenix for later. And given that he has this, like, I'm not too worried about what he can do here. Like, I don't think I need Fiendish at this moment. Yeah, and then he heavied me. So I think that was a good read. Good call to not do that.
Yeah,
So,
definitely safe. Makes sense. And now you get to add the... Oh yeah, you don't have aliens, so just
yeah,
Card Trooper.
Card Trooper gets you the aliens. Like, that's like, Card Trooper is low-key one of the most important cards in most alien brews. Even though you don't want to mill stuff. But I like this deck because, like, you can mill a shell sometimes. And, like, it's amazing. So here comes a Blizzard, which a little annoying, but not the end of the world. But yeah, he just goes for a Armed Wing. I thought he was going to go Goyo. So that probably tells me he has Kalut, maybe? Or maybe a Vayu in hand or something. I don't really know what's going on.
Kalut would make sense for sure.
But Heavy's gone, so I could just set it all. I drew a Torrential, which feels pretty good. But he's so low that I think he can't risk like just going in. But he goes in! I was like, that's crazy. And why don't I Torrential?
I'm surprised you didn't. Yeah.
Why didn't I Torrential? Oh. Because I did some math in my head. Where I was like, I can Phoenix Chain him. I don't know why. Yeah, actually, I don't even understand what I'm doing. Why didn't I Torrential?
I mean, it's not the worst. Now you have the Torrential for follow-up and like...
Yeah,
you're
you
still
know
in
what?
a commanding spot.
I think I thought that like after Torrential I didn't really have anything going on, but then I drew the Shock Trooper, so now I feel a little bit better about Torrentialing. So now I can just I'll let him search his Vayu, and now I can Torrential, which is I feel like I held it for the right time because now I can easily go for game here. And he doesn't have any grave. He doesn't have enough. Like he has way too many darks. He can't dark arm me. No Vayu access. And I can just attack him. He's at 100 life. He's to set the Vayu. It's pretty awkward. And there we go. We finally got the Ammonite. We activate Imperial Iron Wall preemptively. I go Golgar, bouncing his Black Whirlwind and my Imperial Iron Wall.
Oh, it's glorious.
Attack the back, hit the back row. Attack.
Wow. And it was Mirror Force too. Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, because I have Imperial, I'm not worried. I knew this would be Vayu, so I'm not worried about it because I have Imperial for it. So it's like... But this is like, and we have the Phoenix Chain, so I can stop like most things, but he does go for this Gale play, and I'm like feeling pretty nervous. Also, it's like, but he decides to just go for the Black Rose, and I'm like, oh shoot, I think that just won me the game, like straight up. Because I have Imperial, and he knows I have Imperial, and now I can just bounce my 2, or in his Whirlwind, keep the Imperial up, which is good because that means I don't have to worry about D-Prison. Pop the monster and just go for game because Mirror Force is gone.
Crazy.
And yeah. So it is a set another Whirlwind, which is crazy. So I feel like I played. It was like a weird back and forth thing. But you see how like the aliens came late, like they came in later, but that was like you set yourself up for that. Yeah, Starlight Road's obviously MVP, but you're always running it in Aliens. You have to. You're just running floodgates.
Yeah, really seeing the power of the volcanics. Like volcanics is probably maybe the most underrated archetype in Edison. It like this engine is just so good.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it again too. The 1900 beater is also such a underrated aspect because now if he has to drop a Galoot here, goes for Book of Moon. It's a little not completely unexpected. Like that's kind of a cool. I think Book of Moon's really good in Blackwings, just not as common.
Yeah, especially in the trap stun meta of this day and age. I like
Yeah.
Book of Moon and Blackwings a lot.
But yeah, he's this is looking pretty rough though. I won't lie. Because like he gets the free value out of the deck, and he can sync her off into like an android, which is pretty sick nasty. But I do have the foolish, which does feel really good because now I can foolish for the volcanic shell, and start just popping, start going for the pops.
Nice. God, the
I
fact
love
that this card isn't once per turn, it's just so good.
I love it. And then I still, oh, did I not add the third shell? Oh no, yeah, I did all. I used all the shells. I'm just setting it all. I think at this point I just have to like give him the fear that I have like a morphing jar or something and make him overcommit or something. I don't know. But I do have the Imperial Wall, so that stops like any potential. If he drops Dad, I feel like he had Dad ready potentially, so I use Imperial and standby so that if he drops Dad, he just all he can do is really attack. But he has a Cyber Dragon, and just attacks, and that feels pretty good for me because now I can do this really cool play of getting Card Trooper, and I can contact away his own Cyber Dragon after
Oh
milling.
my god. And you milled the
And I
alien.
yeah, and I
Oh
milled
my
an alien,
god.
baby. Let's go. And like I said, like at this point, I'm overcommitting. Like it's like if he has the heavy, like we're losing anyway. Like we're in a losing position regardless. We have to just play like we have Starlight Road, and he has to play around it too. And he's I also like I'm not gonna lie, I kind of metagame. I see someone's rating, and assume that they're smart enough to play around Starlight Road. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like he might not wanna. Like, but yeah. So here he goes. Oh,
No,
okay.
you
So this is
can't do that.
this is where I got a little concerned because I was like, dog, you're really high rated. Like you have to know you can't do that. Like I don't know.
To be fair, I did learn this one kind of recently. It came
I
up,
know
yeah.
I know, but he's like I don't know. That's a lot of games and a pretty high rating to not know that, man. Like I was a little surprised, but I'm not gonna assume maybe he did learn right then and there, but then he took it back so fast without a question, and that to me is always sus. Like, like it's one thing to be like if you just said you sure and then I asked for like a ruling, then I would get it. But then he just completely without hesitation like took it back. Like that to me is like I don't like that. I don't love that he did that. Here he goes. It goes for a Goyo Guardian play, but that's okay because we have the Ammonite set up and we have a 7 tools that we've been saving this entire time. So there's no back row I'm afraid of. And now this is where Blaze Accelerator comes in, baby.
Yeah, that's so good. Pop the Goyo, attack over the Cyber Dragon. We're afraid of nothing. And he
Yeah.
doesn't, I guess he doesn't have anything.
Nope. I don't even have to I don't even have to activate the Blaze Accelerator. I could just pretend it's a bluff, but it's not worth it because it clogs
No,
your
I like
back row.
keeping it safe in hand. Yeah, now you can use it. This is so good that you can just play it to use it. Okay, another Iron Wall. Wow.
So we do the Golgar play. We hit the back row. It's a bottomless. We go for the Ammonite. I finished the Ammonite, so I can go for the second Golgar. And then yeah,
Wow.
so anyway, we're able to just go for a ton of damage here. Even if he has Gores, I'm like I have Fiendish for it. Like yeah, it's just curtains. He had a DD Crow the whole time, which is like hilarious because the Imperial Wall was keeping him off of that for a good portion of that. So yeah, that felt pretty great. So yeah, that was a black against Blackwings. This little volcanic alien action. Next up, we have another duel, also slightly high rated ish. It was a pretty fun one, but opening up Future Fusion. So you're seeing like the hero package is still pretty strong. Gets you immediate access. And then we just look at that. The Phoenix Wing Blast finally showing up. I see
I guess
Garoth and oh, sorry, go ahead.
what's the logic of not just summoning the Ammonite and like going for the Golgar on turn one?
Because I can't because I don't want to bounce Future Fusion. It doesn't really do anything, and also I only have one more hero left to send, so I can only activate Future Fusion one more time, and it would just leave me with one counter, and I don't know what he's playing. And Ammonite can actually just be Catastor now, and Catastor is
Hmm.
great against this deck. Like you don't
Yeah, yeah,
have to
yeah.
make Golgar every single time. So
That's actually true.
once I saw Garroth, I was like, oh, I could just it's time to make Catastor. But I decided to Phoenix Wing Blast one of the back rows. Kind of, it's a Lightsworn deck, and I feel like if he's summoning Garroth, he might be behind on tempo. So if he's sending, keep him off of like a draw, seems pretty good. And then plus adds me another shell immediately. I kind of like deck thinning with the shell. Now I can go for the Ammonite play and immediately just go Catastor. And I think Catastor versus Lightsworns is pretty nuts. It's game one. And now we got a Gaia coming out too, which feels pretty good. I can add the last shell. My deck is fully thinned. I have +2. And now I can do this like Ammonite target Ammonite play, which is actually really fun because now I can do this cool play because that's what I love about Shell. You can make Brio.
Very nice.
Beneath has a threat anywhere. I was like, oh, that's a little annoying, but I'm still keeping him off of normal summon. I thought if it was a Raikou, I'm keeping him like low on his tempo. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he just has to scoop because it's like the Lightsworns is so normal summon reliant. So if you don't have like a good starter or solar recharges and stuff, like it just feels pretty bad. Here we sided into our breaker because we do run, I think, 2 breakers. Breaker is just also insanely synergistic with crop circles as well. If you can pop like a floodgate or a decree and then afterwards crop circles away to get a shock trooper, it's just super plus. And I usually side it in against Lightsworn decks because Decree just is annoying. It's not the most annoying card, but can be annoying. Because you can always bounce it with your own Golgar and stuff. So we just break her immediately. It's an oppression too. Also, that's the other thing too. Lightsworn players have been running oppression a lot. And I think Breaker feels really good into that.
Crazy value.
Yeah.
Gets his charge off.
But he's got that
Jane just to
Jane.
beat over it.
I mean, Breaker's too strong, and I think I just Mirror Force is like, if you're just summoning Jane, you're not even, like, it must not be that good. And now we're just attacking for a ton of damage. Yeah, so here comes Aaron, and then just sets 2. He just needs the mills. He's not going to afford to attack right now. Ends up getting 4 names out of that, so that feels good for him. So I'm, like, a little worried. But we have the Sengen. That makes me feel so much better because now my Limit Reverse and Calls are live. All my entire deck becomes alive. And he has Threatening Roar. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, even if he JD's here, you can just like make Catastor again or something like you said.
And now we just get another breaker, dude. It sucks that my Call of the Haunted just wasn't getting any value there. The Mirror Force was huge. I'm not gonna lie. I hit the wrong one.
Mirror Force.
But it's okay. We have the Ammonite, and Ammonite's live, and we have the ability to set Limit Reverse and set Transmigration Prophecy, and they're both like somewhat chainable, which feels pretty nice.
I also like the Transmigration with the shells.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't shotgun it here on the wolf, but I guess yours is not a problem.
I'm not worried about the wolf. I want to save it for like, I guess I want to save it for a potential, because I'm gonna be able to get my shells going, and it's one of those things where it's like I'd rather save it for like a play or something else, and I can deal with everything on board here with what my hand is.
Right.
Because now I can go Limit Reverse to get Sengen. I can go Golgar bounce this, do a little Wombo combo. Sengen gets me a shell. Hopefully it's no honest. No honest, so it feels pretty okay. And I just set it all because everything is somewhat chainable, this is where it comes in. I can Phoenix Wing that monster. I can Transmigration Prophecy targeting my Ammonite, and I think I target like my own Mirror Force just to get another Mirror Force back. And I also chain the Limit Reverse for Sengen. So everything felt like somewhat chainable. But you're right, I probably should have just shotgunned it on the wolf. I was thinking, I was just being really afraid.
Dude, I don't know if what you did was even wrong, to be honest. It seemed I didn't even see the play how you got to the shell because I don't play the aliens. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool that you like did the Sengen play. So now, you didn't know he's gonna have heavy, so you just saved it for a better opportunity, and then he forced you to use it.
And he doesn't have Necro Garden, so this is just game here because Catastor doesn't matter if he has honest. This is why I think aliens have a pretty okay matchup into Lightsworn, because they can make Catastor like multiple times. We do only run one Catastor, but there's an argument to run two. You can easily just cut like one of the Stardust if you're not worried about getting double roaded, or you can cut.
Chimera
It's
Tech,
hard.
like
Maybe
one.
I like Chimera Tech so much though, because you have the ability to Prisma contact, but you could cut one and put a second Catastor if that's like what you know what the meta is. If the meta at your locals is more Titanials or more Lightsworns, then yeah, I definitely think that's something you should do. But obviously, like he bricked a bit there. I'm not gonna pretend that he didn't, but I think you could see that the power's there, guys. The cool wombo combos that you can do are still there. Okay, up next, got a gamer, got some heroes. I think it's like maybe Hero Frogs. Yeah, if they're just adding one thing and not setting anything, it's probably Hero Frogs. Here we kind of have to go for the sandwich play. It turns on our rest of our deck. And allows for us to set our Limit Reverse as a chainable. And then, I mean, I just said it. I think I just said it all. Because our hand is kind of slow and kind of weak, so we kind of can't play around anything at this point. So here I go for Limit Reverse and End Phase, because I do want to be able to just get the Sengan going. And with Sengan, I get Card Trooper, because Card Trooper is really good here. If I hit a Volcanic Shell, I can immediately get a +1 out of that. And then on top of that, it runs over the Stratos pretty freely.
One
We don't hit
time.
it. We hit the Rocket, though. So Rocket's not the worst. If you draw Call the Haunted, that's pretty nice for us. And it lives, so that makes me feel really good. I decided to set the Wing Blast because I can always pitch the Shock Trooper and immediately turn on my Ammonite. So that seems like not the worst. Also, apologies. I am sick, by the way, if you couldn't tell. So yeah, I love Phoenix Chain when they do the substitute play. They just substituted away the Dupe Frog, which is very interesting. But I think it might be like a version of the deck that just wants to be more aggro. I'm not sure. Or they have triple dupe, who knows? But that forces them to have to tribute itself off, which feels
And
pretty
under
good.
normal circumstances, the floating fiendish is like kind of just whatever, but aliens loves to have this floating fiendish just right here.
And here we go. This is where like I love the Wing Blast in this deck. It speeds up your deck a bit too, because like I just drew another Shock Trooper, so it's a no-brainer. And now I can just do this Omnite, bounce back the Phoenix Chain.
Dude, Scoop Base is popping off. He's like, what is this insane tech
Yeah,
that I'm playing against?
I decide to just attack, because if he drops scores, I can bounce these two other cards. And I decide to not bounce both because I don't want to give him, if he has Brain Control or Enemy Controller, I do not want to give him a Golgar with 2 counters. It's just like, it's like giving them a breaker. It's really bad.
Right.
So I just give one, and I don't want to tell him what this is. I want him to think it's Starlight Road, because I said everything very confidently, and I never used this. So I want him to think this is Starlight Road.
Or he can confidently summon a Caius, and then you go bang.
Yeah, exactly. Or do this. This is what
Wow.
this is what you dream of. This is what you dream of, dude. And
Yeah,
then he heavies because he knew. He played around Starlight Road. He played around Starlight Road because he thought it was Starlight Road the whole time. My mental was like fully there for that. He has a second Miracle Fusion has hit the tower, dude. Here it comes. We get a Ab Zero and it's huge. It's a humongous one, 3K. But hey, we at least got rid of one of those Miracle Fusions. That feels good. And we drew the Ammonite, which is not the worst, but we can first attack the Treeborn, so this keeps this a little smaller. And just hope for the best. Yeah, this doesn't feel
alien
great.
mental stack, and then the Hero Frog privilege, just like slamming double miracle.
Yeah. It'd be like that, but we at least got rid of one. And we're just doing this deck then because at this point, if I see a shell, man, we're golden. We're so golden. No shell yet, and they got the water art. So yeah, we lost game 1. Water art is a fun card. I kind of bricked. I drew so many of my aliens, like the Shock Troopers. I run 3, and I drew 2 of them. That feels bad. It is a brickier. Yeah. It is unfortunately a bit of a brickier hand, and this hand's like mostly monsters, so it does feel pretty bricky. But Dinah is great. So I just go for Card Trooper, because if we hit a shell, we're golden. Nothing. We set the Blaze Accelerator as a bluff, because I want my Rocket to be able to get a plus if they just like Heavy or MST.
There's the shell.
And now I'm not going to mill, because I drew the shell. I don't need the mills anymore. I'd rather just get the draw. Hurricane Braids hits the Mirror Force. Come on, man. You should have hit the other one.
Okay, just some Treeborn attack. That's fine. We get the draw.
Yeah,
Still so monster heavy.
when he had no when he didn't have any back row, which feels good. So finally he's bricking a little bit, and Shock Trooper is still a menace. So here I'm so afraid of this being like a dupe or a substitute that I don't want to waste my attack and then like lose to that on the spot. And I forget to use Shell's effect. Don't do that. Like, don't do that, y'all. Don't forget, because if you draw the shell, you're gonna cry. And I am a crier, dude. Like online, I'll be so mad. He priority bounces to do the torrential play, but then I Starlight Road.
In the nick of time, that Starlight Road. Beautiful.
It's crazy. I still not. Why am I not adding this? Okay, he deprisons. It's fine.
No, Shell, come on.
I'm just trolling, dude. I'm trolling.
But
he ends up attacking with the Neos Alias over the. I said forgot to Shell. Now I'm just praying I don't draw Shell because I like completely forgot, dude. This is definitely one of the earlier duels I had. This is one of the earlier duels I had. Oh, he had DD Crow the whole time, so he was just waiting for me to try to use it.
Wait, so like, okay. If they chain Crow to Shell, you don't get
the
that?
surge. Yeah, you don't get the surge. Yeah, that's one of the but this is why Blaze Accelerator is a fun card. Because like now I can just bounce the Blaze Accelerator. And I feel like I set the Blaze Accelerator as a bluff because, like I said, I just wanted to hit to Graves because this rocket's kind of doing nothing. This doesn't feel that great though, to be honest.
Yeah, some more Miracle Fusion privilege.
Oh, but I can change Torrential, which is pretty funny.
That's pretty good, actually. Yeah. That's a good exchange.
And now I can just attack for game if he doesn't have a Battle Fighters. Yep. So at least Rocket, as much as it was just a vanilla that whole game, I bricked like a wazoo, forgot to use Shell Effect. It's sometimes, like, the deck is still pretty resilient because big beaters with Fossildyna can be enough, you know? That's like literally like an anti-meta strategy. But now I'm finally seeing some action here that's like really good. Some of the cool side deck options you have in this version is you can run Lightning Vortex now because it's not a full minus because of the shells. You can side out like a Wing Blast, which is a lot less effective in this matchup for like Vortexes, which is really great. And Mask Restrict, which is also nice. We're not really tributing at all in this deck. And here, like, I'm able to just deal with this booty. First I attack though because I'm like, I don't want to. If it's a dupe, I'm just giving him a free search, and I'd rather save this Vortex, like the Vortex. Like for example, if I draw another rocket, it'd be nice to Vortex the Blaze and then just search another Blaze like off the grave. So I'm feeling pretty okay about this. So now I can go for the Vortex, which deals with both things. And I have this Master Trick, so I'm feeling pretty good. I can Shell. Does he have a Crow? No Crow. That feels great. And I can just start swinging for damage because that's our end goal is he needs to die before we die. Obviously, that's the entire game. Unfortunately, there's Gores, but we have a Mirror Force. As long as he has no Heavy Storm, this feels pretty good. He commits. I was so baffled when he committed.
Sometimes you just gotta go for it, but he gets punished here, dude. And the 1900 beat sticks. This is a big plus of this deck, just like the stat checking, like this going on. But Mirror Force, you commit and you get hit. Damn it!
And I decide to this time not forget about the shell, but I am able to next turn like do some cool Gora action. I'm just afraid of that back row, which like a Regeki Break can do a lot. But now I'm like, damn, I kind of have to do something about this ocean here. So I go Ammonite. He torrentials, and I'm like, that sucks, but that's also okay. It deals with the ocean. I'm not as worried about that. And I have the Limit Reverse, so as long as if I draw an alien Shock Trooper or an Ammonite, because I have Limit Reverse, any alien here is Golgar, which feels pretty nice. So like, it's kind of like there's a lot of really cool top decks here, and we deck thinned a ton. So here he goes. He's also deck thinning. This Master Restrict is definitely keeping me alive. I mean, he has Treeborn access, but he's just like, yeah, it's not worth bringing it. We draw an Ammonite, so now we're like, come on, one time for the one time. Beautiful. Can this be the one? He Regeki Breaks. Oh, this is the beautiful moment. He Regeki Breaks targeting the Ammonite. I'm like, sick. Sick nasty, dude. And I know there's no more Gores, so I can just freely swing. Bounce back my Limit Reverse. Feels really good. Maybe not the greatest feeling to have, like I said, the 2 counters on there for brain control, but I mean, F it, we ball. We have to do this in standby phase because if he has enemy controller, we lose on the spot. So no brain control, feels good.
He is down bad for sure. He's just
Yeah.
summoning swap turn after turn. That doesn't feel great.
I target the back row and he chains the Regeki break, and I'm like, ah, that sucks. But I have the limit reverse for the Ammonite. She chains Crow. I think I was gonna do like I was gonna make Android, I think, and just like start swinging and get like a bunch of life back. Maybe that was the play. Oh no, the play was I was gonna summon Ammonite, and then summon Rocket, attack over the Treeborn with Ammonite, attack for 19 because I want to put him at like one last big boy attack, and then make an
Right.
Android, and then make an Android after that. But yeah, obviously once he crowed that, it was fruitless. So
Yeah,
but
you
at
don't need to
least
just summon rocket attack. That
yeah,
doesn't make a lot of sense.
especially because my Blaze Accelerator is just like chilling there. And now I'm like, wait, I was like, yes, sir, sir, Mask of Restrict. He's like, he was looking at his deck. He's like, my bad, it's late. It happens. I get it. But yeah, he commits the Substitute. Kind of forgot. And that feels pretty good. I wonder what his hand is. Yeah, it's just Caius, an alias. Like, his hand was kind of, he probably had sub a lot of the time there. Not seeing a miracle does suck, but we have the Fossil Dyna now. It kind of not doing anything, though. So here I just decided to go for Blaze to hit the Neos Alias so I don't take more damage.
This one's kind of close, not gonna lie, but the mask is
is.
certainly putting in the work.
And I make a mistake here. You should never set, like you should, in theory, because like in my head, I have one, but I only have one way to clear this back row, and that's one Ammonite. So like
Yeah.
this is kind of a bad choice. If I draw like any card like a Fiendish,
Like a
I can't
fiend.
set it.
I was just about to say, damn it.
Like, and now I just set the Rocket because I'm just like, I don't want to die. And he has Master, but thank God he drew the MST. I have a Mask Restrict.
Okay. So it was a 5-head play, actually.
And so I had a 50-50. I think, but the logic here is that for sure Imperial deals with everything. Because the only thing I'm worried about now is Miracle. Because like, it also deals with Caius less effectively because obviously Phoenix Chain will stop the attack, but Miracle's the bigger issue. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. And Mask Restrict deals with Caius. Still nothing. Here we go. Big boy beat time.
Big bungus, big bungus.
That's big bungus all you need sometimes. Oh,
Big
but he
bungus
keeps,
and all the floodgates.
but he keeps having booties. And I can't also I was gonna say I can't even kill the frog if I wanted to. And now I'm just like, dude. Oh, there's the
Game is
dust.
so crazy. And
There's
now
the
his Caius
dust.
is gonna be able to reign free.
Nope, we got the Imperial though.
Yes.
He's so floodgated out. And now I kind of have to do this play because we're so down bad.
What is he cooking?
And I go Ammonite, target Shock Trooper, Synchro, Prio, bounce. I said, does it target? It's like, it targets the cards. So basically, like, so at this point, so this is really funny. I was gonna for sure bounce all three because I don't, like, I wanted to just, like, get rid of these cards for a second and hide my back row because I don't need the Blaze here. So I was gonna bounce all three, hide and use it to hide my back row at this point. I bounced one, I bounced two, then he types, does it target? And I like kind of paused my bouncing. I was like, yeah, it does target. So then he goes thinking, and he goes like, do you want to know which ones? It's like, I assume it's the ones you just bounced. And I said, before you typed, I was all three. He's like, ah. So I picked up two, then you typed, and I paused. And like, the log reflects that, which is just like,
Yeah,
showing,
no,
like,
that definitely. You
but,
don't
like,
always
that's-
expect him to
But
interact.
yeah,
with you.
but the moment they go like target, like then it changes your whole mental, right? Like, and that was on me to like playing it kind of fast, but anyway, so I hit the monster, I just attack because like the reason I attack is because I have Starlight Road, and like if it was Regeki Break he would have used it, but like at this point like I don't know what this is. If it was Regeki Break he would have used it already, so in my head it's Dust Tornado for sure. So, and it was.
Yeah, he knew he couldn't stop it as long as you targeted all
Yeah.
three.
That's why, like, that's like a very important like pro tip to like for alien players. Like you should be targeting like all of them if the summon's successful. Just like do it because Dust Tornado can stop like you from getting those pops you need. It would have still been ultimately pretty fruitless for him, Because his hand was Miracle Fusion. I mean, he did have brain control, but he was so low at that point that his brain was dead. DD Crow wasn't doing jack anything, so it didn't matter. But yeah, but pay attention to like, the amount of counters that you could need, So yeah, that was a cool. So yeah, we played against Black Wings, Light Sworn, Hero Frog, and let's I know you know how I feel about birds in the fun tier list. Want to say another one?
Oh damn,
We,
it's more Blackwings.
it's
Goody.
more. It's birdies time. I decided to just immediately go for this Blaze play, but he has the MST, and I'm like, that's okay, because
I
once
mean,
you
now that
chain
we know it's
MST, yeah.
Bayou, yeah, that's not the worst thing.
I mean, I didn't know it was Bayou, so, but I decided to attack. I thought it was like a Raikou or something. Now we just go Card Trooper. Sucks that I hit the shell because I already have a shell in hand, but he doesn't know that. And I just go for some attacks. He has the Icarus attack, hitting my monsters. Surprised about hitting the monsters, honestly, but maybe he wants to keep his life up. I don't know. Especially because he could have left like the Card Trooper there for this Shura.
I think so, yeah. I think you can hit the rocket and a back row. It's probably better.
But yeah, dude, I'm just like, dude, big beaters. All it takes sometimes. I got the Phoenix Chain. He has the Solemn Judgment. And I'm like, my
Jesus.
God. My God. Here comes an Armed Wing.
Everything's riding on this play for him, but you don't
I mean,
have any traps.
It worked,
Yeah.
man. This deck's fake,
But
bro.
that's a really good top deck. Phoenix
Yeah,
Wing.
Wing Blast is so sick. But I decided to just take the damage because I actually would rather just get the immediate search off of this because I'd rather save the Wing Blast for any back row he sets.
There
So
it
that was
is.
like, that was my logic behind that. I think that was pretty valuable because now I can do this really awesome Golgar play, which includes limit reversing, targeting Sangan, Imperial Wall, bouncing both, get the pop, get the search, and I'm saying the search, and then popping, and attack from 26 to the face. Like, obviously, I
Beautiful.
get punished by Gores, but he's so low that I'd rather him drop Gores now. Like, and now I have Starlight Road, I have Sol, I have so much sauce here, plus an Ammonite follow-up. I'm feeling really good. But he has the value. I chain Imperial. He knows I had Imperial. He's trying to just get it out. Here comes the Gale. And I decide I gotta solve this Gale because I don't want him to get lower. I don't need him to be small right now. I limit reverse targeting the Sangan because I only lose to Mirror Force here at this point. Or Icarus attack. And I'd rather just be able to just attack here. Imperial Wall keeps me insulated from everything, and Starlight Road keeps me protected from the other half. But, so, he decides to target 2 cards. We go Starlight Road, boom. That's GG's game 1. Starlight Road, obviously very good against Black Wings.
Yeah, this alien deck seems like it's very strong into the bird matchup because the 1900 beat sticks are genuinely valuable, and then the roads are just ruinous. They absolutely cook Black Wings.
Also, I sniped that Icarus attack because I was like, here's my thing. I could do the play that I usually do where I just set the Starlight Road and then pass, but then like if it gets super punished by Dust Tornado, when you have the MST, you gotta kind of like hope you hit the Icarus attack and then just set it all. And I did that. I successfully sniped the Icarus attack. So I don't have to worry about all my stuff getting end phase hit. So now I go Foolish. I decided just Foolish to send Shell because I just want to deck thin here at this point. I have the Wing Blast as well. And I just kind of have to, no choice but to... Oh, I decided to go for the Wing Blast immediately. Interesting. Oh,
I mean,
this
you're
is
just
great.
down bad. That's a lot of life. Plus the shells
Yeah.
to be taking 17 for free again.
But now I can just summon Stratos. He goes Torrential. It's like, okay. Unfortunate, but we're okay with that. He comes in with the Bora, taking 17. It's kind of hurting a bit. He goes, this is a huge misplay. I should always try to Imperial preemptively. Like, this is just a genuine misplay. Like, I usually would in real life. But, like, the moment it happened, I kid you not, I slammed my computer. Like, not my computer, but I slammed, like, my table. I was like, I'm so dumb. Because there was just no reason not to, you know? Like,
yeah.
But thankfully he goes for the heavy. But
He
now I feel
bailed
like,
you out.
I mean, kind of. I feel like he kind of knew heavy was coming.
Oh, but he had Gale. That's why.
Yeah, and I have the Fiendish. So I think he just goes for Black Rose. Oh, no, he doesn't. He goes for the Armor Master. And he has Dad.
Okay. Okay, buddy.
and and I go Imperial Wall, and because like because I don't want him to be able to destroy my stuff afterwards. And do I have any aliens? I don't have alien access right now. I have the Fiendish, but it's just GG's. So that Imperial play like lost me the duel because like if I just did that, I think I was super fine. Like I think it was actually kind of winnable, like high key. Like
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. But, life goes on. We got the rocket with the shell, beautiful, and we got
Seven
like
Tools and
Starlight
Starlight
Road,
Road,
and
yeah.
Starlight Road is so
And
good.
MST, dude, just we feel super safe. We got the Card Trooper. We also hit the Consecrated, which is such a good hit card to have. We only side one, but it's very searchable with Sangan in this deck, obviously. But it's also cool because it can combo
And
with
with
the
crop
crop
circles,
circles.
right?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could crop
yeah.
circles away the Consecrated to get like a Ammonite, which is kind of fun.
Oh, that's right. Crop circles isn't just generic
No,
search
yeah,
anything the
that
same
would be so.
level. That would be way better.
That,
I was thinking you could search
oh,
it.
so he
That's funny.
torrentials. He decides to torrential on like normal summons. I decided to just use the Starlight Road now because I still have the 7 tools, and I just want to swing for some damage here.
Big damage.
Oh, and it all goes through. That feels so good. He MSTs targets this back row. I decide I'm actually going to negate this MST because the 7 tools is going to win me the game. I just feel it. Like,
Yeah, that's huge value. The 7 tools in this matchup.
so then I MST the Black Whirlwind. That feels pretty good. It sucks though, but I have the Phoenix Chain, so that feels pretty nice. And he's big thinking, so that gets me a little scared, but I'm like, I'm not afraid of nothing.
Dude, boys got Icarus attack. We all
Yeah.
know.
He goes
We know what it
Icarus,
is.
and now I just go 7 tools, and I think that's just GG's. Yep. See this like the cuteness of like these cards. I didn't get to see a lot of these cards in action, unfortunately, but we didn't actually get to even see crop circles in action. I thought these replays had crop circles being showcased in some capacity. Interesting that I didn't bring one up, but that's just like the kind of synergies you have there. It's kind of fun. One more. This one should be quick, and then we'll be done. Maybe this one shows off the synergies. Who knows?
I think it makes sense with a big thing I didn't like about crop circles is it is a minus kind of in a
Yeah.
lot of situations, but all the monsters that you want to like use crop circles with are pluses, so it makes
Yeah.
it so good in that way. It kind of pays for itself.
I decided to target a random back row here, just because. Why not? And I just want to get the shell access immediately. I could have also hit the monster, but I have a Card Trooper. Want to immediately just not have to worry about milling another shell. He hits my Shock Trooper. That feels pretty good. And I see it's basically this is Value Turbo, so I'm like, oh okay, we're finally facing the other of the big three. But Imperial Wall
gotta cook.
cooks.
Yeah.
He attacks my Card Trooper. That's fine. I'll get a nice little draw. Add the last shell because I didn't forget. Imperial Wall preemptively, so I don't get bottomless. Bada bing, bada boom. Go Golgar. No prio. I'm going to call the Haunted targeting Card Trooper. Milling 3 more. Bounce these 2. Get the Card Trooper draw, and he just goes to scoop, and he just leaves the duel.
God.
I think you see
we knew that
Imperial
was
Wall.
over.
Yeah, I think you see Imperial Wall. You get a little scared. Yeah. Sorry guys, I don't know why I thought crop circles made more of an appearance, but regardless, the synergy is there. It allows for you to play the Volcanic engine in some capacity, and I think the Volcanic engine synergizes very well with the alien engine. And the big thing that ties it all together is the crop circles. That's essentially my thesis for this entire video. I'm sorry you didn't see as much crop circles as we did this in the last video, but ultimately I just wanted to showcase some really cool replays, and it really did showcase both engines very well. I think the Volcanic side did a lot, the alien side did a lot, and it's a ton of fun. You guys got to give it a little bit of a try. It's very hard deck to pilot. Like you can make a ton of misplays and stuff, and it's obviously not the most resilient deck. Like it's gonna brick. We're playing jank at the end of the day, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this part 2 of Aliens. I don't think we'll call it part 2. I think we'll just call it Volcanic Aliens, but the Alien fans know this is part 2, you know.
Has Volcanics been mixed with aliens in the past? I'm not really tapped in.
Not that I've like noticed since I've started really getting into it in the Discord side of things. I think people have like kind of thought about it, but there was no glue. Like
Genuinely, I think I've seen you play aliens a lot of different builds and a lot of different replays in our Discord, and I genuinely think that this is my favorite one so far because mainly because the volcanics are just so good by themselves, and I get the crop circle technology and the fact that the accelerator synergizes with your guys. I think Card Trooper, you've always had to play it, but this makes Card Trooper the most valuable it's ever been in any of your decks because you have so many good mills. You have any of the aliens, any of the shells, even the rocket. If you have Call of the Haunted, you can call back the rocket and Sangan, of course. So I actually am probably the biggest fan, and being allowed to run discard traps is just so good in the format. I feel like the Phoenix Wing cooked whenever we saw it, you like use it. So I think this could be in the upper echelon of alien decks that I've seen.
Yeah, and I definitely think there's a version out there that like could be more consistent, even more than this. I just want people to like I said, like we do this to show you guys like the light, and then hopefully this inspires somebody to keep cooking with it, evolve it, and then bring it to their a local event or even a bigger event and do well with it. Because that's like the end of the day. Like I'm not even the best pilot for these type of things. Like someone out there is probably like so goated with this type of deck and is gonna win. Maybe like there's a version that doesn't even need to run 3 Alien Shock Trooper. Like they're so confident in their volcanic crop circle combination, they're like, we only need to run 1. You know, like you know what I mean? Like it's like you're cutting out all the fat. You're trimming all the fat out of the deck to just make it like as cool and as consistent as possible. Who knows? I don't know, but I'm excited to see what people end up cooking with, you know? That's another episode of RFDD. Team Starlight signing out. Peace.